Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Christmas special episode of Gimme Back My Horror Movies. I'm driving the sleigh tonight. This is Charlie, and my elf with the most, Nate. Say hello, Nate.
Keep the fire hot, Charlie.
Got to keep that fire hot. It was a very awkward way I started that. That just came in my mind that I should have made a Christmas
No,
intro.
I'm very tiny and elf-like, so that makes sense.
You are elf-like, so
Yeah,
we're gonna roll with it. I have a bushy beard and
yeah.
a bowl full of jelly. But yeah, it's totally fine. I am enjoying some Christmassy eggnog tonight that is extra Christmassy.
I
So
would be drinking, but I am going to be driving to go get cookies later. So that will be my Christmassy event is giant ass cookies.
Santa wants cookies, Nate. Where's my cookies, Nate?
I gotta find a way to, mail them to you fresh.
Uh I'll be up for Christmas, so
Yeah, that's
maybe
true.
I can get some leftover cookies.
Speaking of, you were up for Thanksgiving, and it was lovely to see you.
It was really good. It's been years since me and you actually hung out face to face.
Yeah,
We got the boys together. We all went to literally go get a slice of pizza. We went to a place called Late Night Slice. It was good pizza.
oh
I
yeah, right
enjoyed
out
that.
here in downtown Columbus. Great pizza. It's even better if you're hammered, and it's cheap. It's great.
Yeah,
It was fantastic to have myself, you, Dan, Mark, and Cody all together. That's been years since we've had that happen.
it has, man, and it was a good time. So hopefully, when I come up for Christmas, we can get another small get together. We can include Pete in on it. So that's
That's what I'm wanting.
kind of the goal for that. So yeah, one holiday down, and we are light speeding to the second one because we don't celebrate Hanukkah. Otherwise, we would be in Hanukkah right now. But
Yeah,
Christmas is on its way, and that makes this the official "Give Me Back My Horror Movie" Christmas episode.
the very first one.
It is the first one, and man, I'm closing in on a almost a year of doing podcasting.
Yeah,
It's kind of surreal,
you got a
you
big
know.
celebration to come up here in 2 months.
Yeah, January, the end of January, I think is the official like anniversary date. So we're doing great, man. I'm loving it, and I'm looking forward to doing this movie tonight. So, as everyone can see, we put the title of the movie up there. We are doing Krampus with an asterisk, the Naughty Cut.
The Naughty Cut. Um, and we literally just got our copies a couple days ago.
Yeah, Nate got his earlier than me, so I start going into like I hope I get it because we have a recording schedule and we're like 5 days behind our recording schedule, so we are way off the rails right now
Yeah, there
as
was a
far as
moment of I hope we don't have to pick another movie.
we really didn't because this was like it landed almost perfectly. So this Scream Factory did a re-release. I mean, it's kind of wild. This movie's only like from 2015.
Yeah.
It's not an old movie, and if I I didn't buy it on Blu-ray, but I think it was available on Blu-ray on the original release.
Oh, it
Uh,
definitely was,
yeah,
and I initially skipped out on this movie. I didn't watch it until 3 years ago. Um, and that was mainly because of it being a PG-13 horror movie. That sounds so, like, hipster of me, but I remember when the
yeah,
trailer dropped, I was excited at first, and then once I saw the trailer, I went, "Eh, no, that's not really doing it." And then 3 years ago, out here in Columbus, there's a place called the Magical Druid
yeah.
that does a, Krampus walk, where you literally
Ah,
walk down multiple blocks in Clintonville. Everyone's dressed up in Krampus outfits and
and
beating on drums and bells
you scare all
and
the rich white people, right? Because
scare all the rich white
it's
people in
it's in
Clintonville.
Clintonville.
And it's a good time, and when Hannah and I completed it, we were both like, "We haven't seen that Krampus movie. I'm in a really big Krampus mood. Let's give it a shot." And, like, I think it was the following weekend, we sat down, we rented it, and I was blown away. I was like, "I'm stupid for skipping out on this movie." Like, this is so much better than what the trailer could have, psyched me out for.
Yeah. I didn't watch this when it originally came out in theaters or anything. I want to say it was like 2018, maybe 2017 before we actually watched it.
Yeah, it was
Same as you.
18 for us.
Yeah, same as you. Me and Jackie watched it, and I am adamantly against PG-13 horror movies. Everyone, you guys can scream at me all you want right now. There's scary movies that are PG-13. Look, man, if it ain't got gore, it's a bore. That's my motto in life. It needs gore. And this one, man, this one kind of did it for me. It's
Yeah.
not bloody gore, but there's gore. There's
And there's like some truly frightening animatronics in this.
we're going to talk about one later that I still am like F no.
Yeah.
Uh-uh. Yeah. Um so yeah, this movie was a wonderful surprise. It really was. I mean, I think we're going to have to coin the phrase "ooey gooey." We seem to use it almost every
Yeah, there was
episode.
some ooey gooiness to this
There
one.
is ooey gooiness in this movie, and I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, not a lot of blood, so Uncle Benny, we won't be needing
He'll be
you.
sitting the bench.
Yeah, we might get you at the tail end or something. But well, let's do this real quick. Let's let everybody get set into the mood. Let's play the trailer, and then we can kind of dig into a little bit more Christmassy type cheer with this movie, and just kind of enjoy Krampus. So
Oh
here
yeah.
we go.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. With the kids jingle bells.
Merry Christmas! Looks like Martha Stewart threw up in here.
This is delicious, honey.
It's a little dry.
Well, mine's delicious.
Mine's dry.
Do you want to trade?
It's the
It's Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
with those holiday greetings and gifts.
How we were going to survive Christmas with 12 people stuck in a house with no heat and no electricity.
Or food.
There's plenty of leftovers, Howard.
Beer it is.
It's the weirdest thing. There's no cars, no people.
How long can this keep up? We heard something on the roof.
The hell's this?
Saint Nicholas is not coming this year. Instead, a much darker, ancient spirit.
Those are hooves. Elk or goat?
What kind of goat walks on its hind legs?
His name is Krampus. He and his helpers did not come to give, but to take.
Everybody, hold on to each other.
He is the shadow of Saint Nicholas.
It's Christmas. Nothing bad's gonna happen on Christmas.
Man, looking back at that trailer, I don't know why I didn't watch this movie.
Clearly we're just dumb. That's why.
I guess it honestly it was the PG-13 thing. It
I think it
was
was too. And I was also, how do you even make Krampus a movie? That was my other initial thought.
yeah, no,
You know?
because based on, what the folklore is, this is a demented retelling of that. I mean, they've literally like made him the shadow of Santa Claus, and I
Yeah, and that
love
was
it.
Michael Dougherty, the director. That was his intention. And if you don't know that name, you're going to know the other movie that he did, Trick or Treat, which
Yep.
sadly enough, I also didn't see until probably like 5 years ago because I kind of forgot it came out. That was one of those movies that was, I think it got hyped when 300's DVD came out, and I was really
Mhm.
excited for it, and then it kind of went radio silent. And I genuinely just forgot it exists until a few years back. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta check that out. And it ended up being really great too. So I need to stop sleeping on this director because clearly his work is great so far in the horror realm.
Well, doing a horror podcast, we have to stop sleeping on almost everything now,
Yes.
So there's a lot of stuff we got to get caught up on. But no, at Trick or Treat is probably one of our favorite Halloween movies. Jackie loves little Sam that runs around all over the place,
Well,
and
it's a fantastic seasonal movie.
it really is. And so is this one. Holy
Yeah.
crap, man! I so this is this this episode's gonna be a little odd for us. So I'm gonna let Nate get into the numbers real quick and do his 3 sentence synopsis, and then I want to talk a little bit about the naughty cut, and I'll save it for a few minutes. So Nate, why don't you go ahead and hit us with your 3 sentence synopsis, and then give us a budget.
This Christmas, hell comes to town, and not a soul is safe. Krampus is coming to crash the party.
Yeah, pretty much nails it right there.
And this is a little low budget film. It was filmed on $15 million and it actually grossed worldwide 61 million. So it was a nice little hit for Lionsgate.
It was.
Yeah.
I think it really was, and I mean, man, they've spent the money smart.
Yeah, they used the special effects company is a company called Weta Workshops, and the
Yeah,
gentleman that is in charge of that is a guy named Richard Taylor. And these guys are some pretty heavy hitters. Like they help with Lord of the Rings.
yeah. Well,
Some of the best special effects still to this day when you rewatch those movies.
these guys are based out of. I'm going to say down there because I'm not 100% sure if they're actually in Australia or in New Zealand, and I
They
know
are
if
in
you
New Zealand,
New
and
Zealand,
like
okay. I didn't want
where
to
they
make
were
anyone mad.
doing the puppeteering and where they were filming, like everything was, I think, within a mile radius, basically.
Yeah.
So everything was super close and easy for them to work with. And Luke Hawker is the gentleman that plays Krampus in this movie. And
Oh,
dude, he's like my height. He's probably like 5'8", and he
yeah.
plays this 7.5 foot towering Krampus with such ease. And it's pretty incredible of how they made it this costume work because he literally had like a tiny little um, iPhone screen
Yeah.
inside of the mask with a little tiny hole above the nostril that he could just use to see. And then he had to use instincts and that tiny camera to kind of go off of the actors around him.
The good thing though is the way they did Krampus is this in this movie was he doesn't need to move a whole lot
No,
by
like,
himself.
and what's smart
Um,
too is they bring out all of his friends to kind of do the dirty work for him.
yes.
So he's kind of like the shark from Jaws, where he doesn't show up too much, but when he does, it's very impactful.
Yeah, and they use CG very smartly in this. You know, like when he's jumping from rooftop to rooftop,
Yeah.
it's not like clunky looking like the CG we had in the early 2000s. But it's also very shadowed. It didn't have to be super high def, see
Yeah.
every
And
little
you have
thing
like
on him.
a blizzard that's also helping cover any bad special
Yes,
effects too happening at the same time. So it all blends really well.
it does. It really does. So, and I know I said it. So we're gonna go ahead. We have to talk about the elephant in the room with this episode. We are specifically covering the naughty cut. So, if you want to see the naughty cut without any spoilers whatsoever, stop it right now. Go watch it. I will give you a few seconds to stop it. Okay, you had your chance.
I'm glad you
Not
watched it,
yeah.
or maybe you
Glad
didn't.
glad you watched it, or you came back, or you're like, screw it. You guys just tell me all the gooey goodness that the naughty cut I expected in. There is none.
All 7 ounces.
It less than 7 ounces.
Uh,
They
one quick shot.
They um they added some bad words.
It says the F
They
word 3 times.
yeah,
I
they
counted.
they say the F word 3 times. They make the aunt more racist. Um
Racist slash raunchy.
yeah, and I hated that. I actually hated that part because I love Conchetta. She's the name the maid from, Two and a
Two
Half
and a half
Men. Is
men.
that what it was?
Yep. She
And
was also
unfortunately,
nosy neighbor in
nosy
Edward
neighbor.
Scissorhands.
And unfortunately, she's no longer with us. But in the original cut, she's my favorite character. In this one, I felt bad what they turned it into. I was like, you know what? They could have left that on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Um, no extra gore, none.
There, there's like
Nope,
one blood splatter after the teddy bear gets shot,
that's it. It's
and that's
barely
really it. There was
it's
a
barely
moment.
blood.
So I put this in the office. I put the 4K in that way I could have like the Dolby Atmos picture, the Dolby Atmos soundbar going. I was like, I'm going all out on this.
Yeah,
And about halfway through, I paused it. I was like, maybe I put in the Blu-ray, and maybe the Blu-ray has the normal like PG-13 cut. And then, like, I looked at it and I was like, nope, I definitely put in the 4K one. And I was like looking at the back of the case. I was like, okay, that's weird. I was like, I'm not wanting to look up anything just yet.
I was the same way.
I wanted to, experience the movie first. And then when it was over and like I started doing my research, I was like, oh, they pretty much just add a couple seconds here or there to any scene. Um, there was really nothing
Nothing.
new per se. Not
They
not a heavy amount of gore or anything like that. And not that the PG-13 movie version even needed it. It's just like they kind of hyped up this naughty cut as being like the true vision of Michael Daughtry, and
yeah.
they allowed him extra time. This movie was supposed to come out back in November, but he was like,
Mhm.
"No, I want to make sure I get everything correct for this 4K transfer and to have my vision on there." And I'm like, "All right, well, your vision was already on the main course.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Uh,
nothing different here."
this is one of those examples of you nailed it the first time. So what they led it up to believe was that they put things back in to make sure that they could get the PG-13. That was the studio's stipulation on this movie to make it was it has to be PG-13. We will not back it if it's R. It's not going to happen. So I'm thinking, man, I bet they had to cut some stuff to really get it down to an R rating. They cut like 3 F bombs and they shortened up the scene where the little kid gets to drink some peppermint schnapps.
Yeah. And it's like all
And
that really wasn't even needed. So
no,
really, this cut is truly for people like Charlie and myself who didn't own a Blu-ray copy already. And we're like, oh, we both really like this movie. We might as well splurge the money on it and, pick up the naughty cut.
that's my takeaway, and that's going to be the other thing I'm going to say. If you haven't bought the movie, buy this version. It's beautifully done. If you have 4K, it's the way to get 4K. There are literally a ton of special features. I haven't even started watching them yet. Nate's only watched a handful.
Yeah, Scream
Um,
Factory does what they do best when it comes to these kind of releases, which is new content. So
yeah,
there's a lot from the original Blu-ray, but there's a ton of new interviews and just new insight onto the
and
movie. And
the
those are
slipcover
great.
artwork is fantastic. Same,
Oh,
what
yeah.
you expect from Scream Factory. I just and this was the dilemma that I had after I watched it was I left I left watching it disappointed.
Oh,
Not
same.
in not in the movie because I love this movie. I love it to death. I will watch this every Christmas. I will recommend this to anyone and literally anyone. If you have kids that are like kind of wanting to dip their toes into the horror genre and they can handle a little bit more scarier scenes, this is great.
I'm
Matter
going to
of fact,
go a step further and say this is a new generation's Gremlins.
I
25 years from now, people are going to be looking back on this movie going, this has the same impact that Gremlins did.
I can see that happening. I
Um,
mean,
because it's a great Christmas movie that is invaded by a horror story, just like Gremlins.
Yeah. So, what I was going to say is, as a matter of fact, tonight while I'm recording this, Jackie's letting Anthony's already seen the other cut, so this is his first watch of Naughty Cut. But we're letting Chloe watch it. She's 12, but she plays those like Five Nights at Freddy games that have like the jump scares,
Terrifying.
and I'm like, you know what? There's nothing any different that's in this
Yeah,
movie that's in
you
them
get the same
games.
animatronic kills
Yeah.
in this.
So that's what we're gonna. So we're gonna leave it at that. Naughty Cut was disappointing. If you've already seen the movie or own it and then you bought it, it was disappointing. Movie itself, not
Still
disappointing.
great.
Still
It's
love
one
it.
of those. If you already own the Blu-ray, you don't really need to pick
You
this
don't need
up.
to.
You don't need to
Y-
spend $35 on this because they didn't even
No.
release a digital version of this. It's strictly physical.
Yeah, I even looked. I was like, maybe I get a digital code because our buddy James just asked today how he can watch it, and you can only FX has it, so you have to have like the premium Hulu to watch it
Okay.
through that. So I was like, I wonder if I have the digital. I never looked. No, I got
And I
4K
think they did that
and Blu-ray, and
for a reason, just to kind of keep the pphysical media alive.
I have no problem with that. I still buy the
No.
DVDs. I still enjoy that. But so while we set out to do this episode about the Naughty Cut, there it is. So technically, we could end the conversation now if you've all already seen it because it didn't add anything. No,
Yeah.
it was a tad darker in feel. Like there was this foreboding dread that I did kind of sense that was not in the first one. It's almost like they turned up the horror, turned down the comedy ever so slightly in this cut. Still not enough to run out and buy this separate copy though.
No, this is not an R-rated movie by any means.
No.
No.
But I'll tell you what, let's just kind of get into why we love this movie. Let's start having some, and I'm gonna start, and we're not gonna do a synopsis on this, we're not gonna do a walkthrough, but I am gonna start at the beginning because I have now come to love the way these movies have now been starting. This reminded me of like Zombieland, how it starts with this big music
All it needed
number.
was like Metallica then at that point.
Yes. And this one starts out with like Black Friday, mall shopping, people running each other over. Like that's the horror. That's the
Yeah,
horror in
that's
this
the
movie
real
right
horror.
there.
As someone that used to work retail, I absolutely despise Black Friday. I'm glad I never had to work it in a department store like Walmart or Home Depot or something like that.
Yeah.
But man, there is something about Black Friday shoppers that is absolutely ruthless. There was one time I had a kid puking in my store. It was like 8 p.m. And this kid's clearly, he's like 6 years old. He's been out shopping with his parents for far too long. They probably have just stuffed him with food and candy to keep him going.
Yeah.
And he just lets it all out on
Oh.
my sales floor. And I'm already just like upset because I've been there all damn day. And then on top of that, I have a woman, as I'm watching this kid puke, like pulling on my shirt, like my sleeve, and going, excuse me, I want this shirt that's up here. I want this shirt that's up here. Can you get that for me? I was like, yeah, I gotta clean up the puke first because I don't want the whole store to smell like this. So it's gonna be a minute. And it's just like that whole mentality that people have of me just drives me insane. So like
Yeah.
watching this opening of people just like go at it, I'm like, you're all garbage.
It really is. But man, I just love that whole opening, man.
Oh, it's hysterical. Like it's the picture perfect of, yep, this is after Thanksgiving, after we're all thankful for.
Well, it also made me like be like I'm in my 40s, so I'm technically an adult, I guess, even though I still collect toys and talk about movies. Um, I I connected with the characters in this. I connected with how we're trying so hard to hang on to that Christmas spirit and replicate the Christmases that we remembered as kids.
Yeah, I definitely feel for Max and what he's wanting out of his family. Because even me personally as an adult, that spirit's a little gone for myself, so
Yeah, it's a
I
pain in the
kinda
ass
miss
to
having
replicate.
grandma's homemade chicken and noodles. I miss having my uncle's laughter, like, once, like,
Yeah,
family members start to pass away, like, the gatherings start to slow down, and they just don't even happen, so
yeah, it's it's this thing of normally it was always passed down.
yeah.
The next matriarch of the family takes over. But that was also when there was like they had 14 kids, and
Yeah,
they had
definitely.
stuff like that. But and I'm realizing now as an adult that even back in the 80s and 90s, how much traveling my parents probably had to do for holidays, how much stress there was to prepare us as kids. You talk about what you want for Christmas, you go through the Sears wish book, you circle everything you want, and you wait till Christmas Day to open up everything, and that was it, you're done. Now I'm looking at it going, "Man, I'm not even done when it's done." We leave the day after Christmas to go have Christmas in Ohio. Um, so it's like this whirlwind blur of, "Okay, we're done, and part 2."
Move.
Here we
Which is
go.
strange, cause like, me growing up, we never traveled out of state for Christmas that I can recall.
Oh, we
So,
didn't
like,
either.
when it was dealing with them talking about, like, the in-laws coming into town, it's like, "Yeah, we definitely had that, but we never hosted either."
Right.
We always went to grandma's or to my uncle's, and because we have such a small house that I grew up in, like, there's no way we
Same.
could have fit 20 some people. It
No.
was the other places had big ass dining room, a big ass living room, a heated garage that you'd throw like the kerosene heater in,
Mhm.
and the kids go in there, and that's where they're gonna run around and scream and stuff like that.
My
So
granny
never
had a
had to deal with the
basement.
stress of that. Or
Yeah. We got shoved down into the basement. Like
yeah,
all the kids go down there, play, do all that stuff.
yeah, like that's where the Sega Genesis was hooked up, and the Super Nintendo was the
Yeah.
basement. And then like yeah, like you traveling out of state up here to Ohio here soon. It's just like man, like even your kids are like, but I got new toys and I'll get to play with them.
I've tried to make that argument, and not that I don't mind going up, but I try to make sure we come back in enough time that they can enjoy what they got for a day or two before they go right back to school.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I mean, and it's fine. I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is I can appreciate what this movie's showing of a little bit of the dysfunction trying to put on a perfect Christmas.
Yeah, just
Trying to
trying to, especially with family that you don't see often, so you do kinda
yeah.
slowly not grow apart, but you're distant and trying to rekindle that, and, like, it cracks me up when even Max is asking Adam Scott, who plays his dad, like, "Why we gotta love them if they're our family?" He's like, "Alright, well, you got me there."
Yeah, I always like when they hit him with logic, he's like, "I can't answer that. I
Yeah.
don't have a good one for it." You
He's
know,
such
it
a great level-headed dad in this.
I love Adam Scott. I mean,
Oh,
since I've
it's
seen him in, like,
amazing.
Parks and Rec and,
Yep.
the other stuff he's done, and then, again, I saw him in the trailer, and I'm like, "Is it a comedy? It's
Because it's
PG-13.
got
What
him
is
and
this?"
David Koechner, and you're like,
I
"Alright, you got the dude from Anchorman in this, like, what is the tone you're going for?" And I remember just being like, "This is gonna be all over the place, and it's not gonna come across great."
Right, but in hindsight, and then as we're talking, they did nail the comedy/horror. It is a very light comedic
Yeah,
horror movie.
somehow they absolutely nailed the tone they were going for.
It worked. I mean, like, Dave's character isn't quite Cousin Eddie from Christmas
But
Vacation,
he's
but they're
definitely inspired by
he's
Cousin Eddie. I was
inspired.
waiting for it. "Shitter's full!"
Yeah,
Just
and
waiting
but
for that.
and I c and again, this is how it gets, like, it, like, hits notes that I know now. Max is saying in his note to Santa, "I wish my uncle and my aunt were a little bit better off." Well, as you watch the movie, you realize that they have like piss poor money management. You're thinking that they don't have a ton of money because they eat macaroni and cheese and hot dogs.
Which is
But
fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not disparaging it. It's one of my favorite things. We grew up on it, Nate. We know.
Yeah.
But their Christmas presents are wrapped up in newspaper. But he drives a Hummer that's like fully loaded with a weapons rack that slides
Yeah.
out the back.
He's got, a full-on armory in the back of it. So it's like they're doing well.
They've
They're just
got money.
terrible at money management.
They spend it on dumb shit.
On top of having, what, 4 kids?
Yeah. Okay. You brought that up, and that is going to be the one other thing I want to talk about with the Naughty Cut. So, this Naughty Cut is supposed to be the uncut version of this movie, correct?
Correct.
In the Naughty Cut, they cut out the part where they left the baby in the car when they were unloading.
Well, they still mention it.
No, it was not in my version.
No, like, I swear I could have noticed that they still
No,
mentioned it.
because I mentioned it to Jackie and she's like, "Oh, that's right." Because they make a big thing about it. Like, aren't you missing something? It literally cuts to Max and Beth talking to the boy cousin about dialysis. It totally missed leaving the baby in the Humvee out in the cold. And I'm like, I thought this was uncut. And unless I got a weird copy, I was pretty sure that because I was
Nah.
paying attention. I was like, I want to see every cut because I'm sitting there going, that was not in there. That's been extended.
And see, that's the thing, like, because I've only seen this movie once, I was like, well, maybe it'll stick out to me, like, the differences. And then once I started to realize stuff that wasn't sticking out, I was like, ah, shit.
Yeah. And I was vindicated though because when I looked it up after the movie was over, I was like, oh, there's like 4 minutes they added,
Yeah.
literally 4 minutes. But I'll quit. I'll quit harping on it that
Yeah,
much.
I
But
say we cut to commercial real quick because we do have a little Christmas gift to give to people.
yeah, so we're actually gonna have two commercial spots in this. We still got our network commercial, but this being our Christmas special for the horror show, and we will still have a Christmas special for the action show. We are doing a podcast network Christmas special, the Christmas extravaganza, if you will.
With
And
every show on the network.
every show on the network, and we have been putting quite a bit of work into this. And Sludge and I were able to put together a commercial slash trailer for. I can't say trailer because we don't have anything really that's in the
It's a
show yet. So
teaser.
a little teaser, but
But
more
this
of a
is your
commercial.
your Christmas Eve gift that you get to open up early. Your one gift that
So
you get before Christmas.
yeah, this episode is going to come out on Christmas Eve on every channel that's in the podcast network. We are all going to release it at once. So everyone benefits from it. Not just one show is going to benefit from the boost, but we're putting a lot of work into it. We hope everyone enjoys it when they hear it. But here is the first official Christmas extravaganza from Gimme Back My Podcast Network.
Hey, this is Charlie. And this is Sludge. Join us this Christmas Eve as we crash dance quiet night and convince him to regale us with a special Christmas tale.
That's right, Charlie. This Christmas, all of us at the Give Me Back My Podcast Network want to give all of you the best gift that we can think of.
Featuring special Christmas episodes from Give Me Back My Action Movies, Give Me Back My Horror Movies, the Monster Movie Stomp Down, and Good Beer Bad Movie Night.
So grab your eggnog or one of Pete's favorite frosty beverages and join us and Dan by the fire as we present Give Me Back My Podcast Network's Christmas Extravaganza.
So, two things I got to point out about this little commercial. One, Sludge wrote the Christmas music that's in the bed of that and recorded that himself. So when I say wrote, he orchestrated it
Composed.
himself.
Or yeah,
Composed. There you go. I don't do music.
formed.
He formed and performed all of the instruments on that and mixed it himself. The second thing, and that now has made me realize that we have never, not once, mentioned that the Give Me Back My Horror Movie theme song was written and performed by Sludge as well.
Yeah, the dude's crazy talented. It's not fair.
It's not fair, and he gets it done in like a couple of hours.
Yeah, he's got a great work ethic as well, which is also not fair.
I get emails at like almost 1 a.m. for me to check something out, and I'll do that and I'll message him, and he's already back up answering what I just messaged him about. Um, he's got his own little studio and he does that stuff. I mean, he's been performed in bands. He's super super talented, and we're happy to have him as part of the network. But I had this idea of I wanted to do something similar to the Christmas specials we grew up with. It was you turn on network television and there would be the Christmas special that a lot of the people that had shows on that channel would participate in. And I was like, that would be kind of cool if we did that. So I'm not going to give away anything on what it actually is about and what it's going to contain, other than it's going to have all of us in it.
Yeah,
But
no spoilers.
no spoilers. But I really hope everyone gives it a chance, listens, and hopefully we will turn this into an annual thing as we wrap up our first year and roll into our second year. So, I guess real quick, let's just go ahead and play our normal commercial break so that everyone gets their due say, and we will be right back.
Hey, this is Jimmy Street, host of the Live and in Color with Wolfie D podcast. Hear the life and times of professional wrestler Wolfie D. From his times in the territories with PG-13 to his times in WWE, ECW, WCW, TNA, and more. Nothing is off limits and nothing will be held back. Available now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all major podcast formats.
Welcome to the Monster Movie Stomp Down, where twice a month we review monster movies from all corners of the planet. Join me, Sludge.
I went to watch it the other night, and she's like, why are you watching this? You can quote this movie line for line. Like, that's very accurate.
My co-host, Mark.
Don't ask me to do a stomp down on this because it's zero.
Okay, dude. Ruben, what's your stomp down rate?
And our brother from Texas, Ruben.
It's just, I'm like, wait a minute. They tricked me into watching this.
Yeah, that's what I felt like.
As we give you the history, our review, and the stomp down rating of some of the best and worst monster movies around. Available through the Podbean app, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Amazon. Make sure and check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Just how drunk are we gonna get?
Welcome to Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, where each month we drink finely crafted brews while watching terrible films in order to see just how drunk you have to get to enjoy them. So tune in and join Troy.
Kilroy Kreitz.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Dave.
I have the weirdest boner.
And Pete.
IPAs are ales, meaning they are bottom fermented. Excuse me, they are top fermented. I that up. Try that again.
As we drag Kathleen,
Hear me.
kicking and screaming through an alcohol-fueled podcast dedicated to movies of questionable quality and the frosty adult beverages that help make them tolerable. Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. Clearly, it's the beer's fault.
We are getting awesome at our commercial breaks.
We really are. Thanks to the Good Beer, Bad Movie Night guys, Pete and I met up and actually went to like their spot where they actually buy their beer. And I was able to get some of that Sullivan's, which is what they featured on their Grabbers episode.
That was
and
a
it
great
was some
episode.
delicious Irish red ale. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, if you have not checked out Good Beer Bad Movie Night, you're missing out because they pull some gems, and it ain't always a bad movie. So let me just put it to you guys like this: it ain't always a bad movie, and it ain't always a good beer. But they did a movie called Grabbers, which is about these tentacle monsters that attack this like coastal little town
in Ireland.
Yeah, in Ireland, and to to foil the monster, the townspeople have to get drunk. So talk about picking a movie that keeps them on brand. I was like, bravo. It was a great episode. So
Yeah, oh, it was fantastic. And yeah, my Friday night ritual has turned into eating pizza, drinking beer, and playing Halo. So I'm just going off their suggestions at this point.
there you go, man. There's nothing wrong with that. So, all right, man. Well, there's still a lot of good things we got to talk about this movie.
Let's get
And
into
wh-
all the fun stuff and how this movie just captures almost like a Hallmark Christmas movie in a way until the
this is
terror comes.
this is like a alternate universe Hallmark movie. This
Yeah,
isn't
this is a
all
multiverse.
Yeah, it's not all happy sunshine, everything works out at the end. This is dirty, dark, actually how life actually is for most people.
Oh, I love
Um,
that. Our rundown of characters. You get the dad that's overworked, the
yes.
mom that's just trying to survive the holidays. You have the daughter that's only concerned about her boyfriend. You have the relatives who just straight up suck. You
Mhm.
have the granny who is just German, old, happy that the family's there. That's
Yep.
really what's mattering to her. Uh, you have the house. It's giant. A classic Christmas movie has to have a giant house that I cannot figure out how anyone can afford. You have the son who is constantly getting into fights and causing trouble, but he still believes in Santa and the spirit of Christmas. And then you have our aunt who is just angry and now racist.
Yeah, you know what? I'm ignoring the racist part. I'm going to revert back to regular PG-13 cut of the aunt Beverly, I think is her name.
Yeah. I do
Um,
think this movie takes place in Ohio, and because
Dorothy,
like on the
Dorothy.
radio they're
Oh, it does.
talking
Did
about
you catch
Franklin
that?
County and stuff, so I'm like, the houses, they're probably in Grandview, if I had to guess, or they're in Upper Arlington.
Yeah, Jackie pointed that out immediately because obviously Jackie's from Columbus, and they point out Delaware County and Franklin County.
Yeah. When they pointed
So
those out, I was like, oh, you're probably in Upper Arlington, maybe Powell, but you're definitely like you're in my neck of the woods.
yeah, I don't know if the house wasn't quite Worthington-ish. It's
No,
the not the old money; it's more newer
the
money.
new money,
Yeah,
which is definitely Powell area.
it really is. But yeah, Aunt Dorothy is still by far my favorite character in this movie.
Oh, she's
Uh,
got a fantastic joke in the Naughty Cut though, where the daughter's like, "I need to get to my boyfriend. I need to," and that aunt's like, "I didn't see my boyfriend for 2 years when he was in the war."
that was part of the racist thing because she says who he's out there killing.
Oh yes, it was. But my
It's
God, was it funny?
and it's my name. That's the kick in
Yeah,
the
that's
pants.
the other problem.
Is the racist term for that is my name. So yeah. But yeah, honestly, there's really not a character I don't like in this movie because
No,
they
because
were
even the
so
relatives that suck, you grow to like them like right
they're
out the
so well
gate. They're
done. They're so
fun.
well done. And but
Yeah.
I Omi, I love Omi. And Omi is our matriarch. Omi is the reason a lot of this is happening. We come to find out. She had a run in with Krampus as a child. And we get a fantastic, again, throwback to the old Christmas specials of that stop motion, almost puppetry.
Yeah, like and how they did this, I mean, I haven't got to that part on the Scream Factory extra features, but it's incredible. Like the stop motion, the animation to it all, and like it's a decently long segment too.
It
So,
really is.
um, the only thing that I can think of recently that did it is the new Candyman movie. Did but theirs was all not CGI, like actual shadow puppets that they had
Yeah.
like handcrafted and made.
This would be more in line with Hellboy and the Golden Army, where they did where they talked about the elves and the
Oh yeah.
humans doing the pact. And that was all in this kind of stop motion CG puppetry. So it's not like they were actually like moving puppets an inch at a time, a millimeter
Yeah.
at a time. This was CG'd, but in the style of stop
It's
motion.
very whimsical.
I love it, and how everything she tells the story before we really are introduced to everything that's in the movie that's going to come up, and they're all in shadow. But when you see it, you know what it is, and when you see it in the movie, you're like, oh, that's what I heard in the little stop motion,
Yeah.
cartoon, and I just love it. And it really, I mean, it comes down to Krampus comes when there is no more Christmas spirit.
Yeah, like,
Um,
Max straight up curses his family because he's like, "I
oh,
don't
he
want
does.
Christmas anymore. This is stupid."
He
He
like
rips
wishes
up
them
his little
away.
letter
Yeah.
to Santa and throws it into the air, and then the next morning happens, and all the power's out, and that, like, snow that they used is incredible. The way
Yeah.
that that snow looks, it made me cold in my little room.
It looks packed down, yet still fluffy enough to be snow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and, like, it's overcoming you too, like,
Uh,
it's just overbearing.
it's so well shot, so well laid out that that is the charm of this movie is just watching this going, wow, this is so much effort to just set the tone and the mood
Yeah,
of
and, like,
this.
that first introduction to Krampus is when, the daughter is out there looking for her boyfriend, and,
Which,
like,
by the
he has
way, there's no parent on planet Earth that's going to send their daughter a couple blocks down the road in a blizzard to go
No.
see her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I don't care how progressive you are. I don't care how, oh, it's all will be fine. No,
Yeah,
that
the
doesn't
power was out.
happen. Yeah, zero power. She's like, well, I can just see if maybe they have power. No, you can see there is no power out there. It's no shenanigans. I will say shenanigans on that part. Your teenage daughter's not going out in a blizzard to go hunt her boyfriend because she's worried.
Yes, no,
No.
it's not gonna happen, and you get that first Krampus appearance of him standing on a rooftop, and he is menacing looking,
Dude.
like
It
and they
it's like
actually
that.
shot that too, like, that's not CGI of him being on the rooftop.
No, it
um,
was, their set
it's
piece where he's standing up there. It reminded me of that scene in Signs, the, like, only scary part in Signs where they're scanning the rooftop and they see
Yeah.
the alien, and it's just like the blink of an eye kinda thing because she's scanning the horizon, and then all of a sudden, it's just he's there, and it's like, "Holy crap, that dude's massive."
Yeah, and he is quick, and, like, what I love about this movie is he toys with this family almost, because they
Oh,
do
yeah.
say, like, he can't get in as long as the fire is, active in the, fireplace.
Keep the fire hot.
So alright, yeah, so you gotta keep the fire hot in order to keep these minions at bay, because that's what Krampus has on his side right now.
Yeah, so he's held back with the fire that Almi has constantly stoked in this movie. She's always doing that. The mom's even kind of like getting aggravated at her that she's wasting all the wood. But we realize she's doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
She's keeping Krampus at bay, but
Yeah.
unbeknownst
You keep the Black Knight at
unbeknownst
bay.
yeah, unbeknownst to everyone though, they let the critters into the house already in a big Santa sack that was delivered early on in the movie. And so there's these packages that we see that are burst open, and we are introduced to, at first we get the gingerbread men, and they run amok just like, dude, this is like straight throwback to like Gremlins and Critters and
Yeah,
Ghoulies.
they have, like, the high-pitched little minion noises, they have bloodlust in their eyes, in their gumdrops.
Oh yeah, it reminds me of the commercial for the Ghostbusters Afterlife with the little Stay Puft
Yeah,
Marshmallow
it's
Man.
definitely what Ghostbusters Afterlife was doing now.
Yeah. Yeah, so you get these things, like, running around, you can hear them like, in the walls, and the family gets separated for a little bit, so, the dad and the mom and the aunt go upstairs because the girls got, uh, lured, I guess that's the word, lured to the attic, um, by the critters, we find out, and the uncle is left downstairs with the shotgun and
Yeah,
the
he's
rest
got
of
his
the family.
shotgun, and these gingerbread men start attacking him,
Oh, and they
and
use
he
a
just starts
nail gun.
blowing them away.
Oh yeah, and look, that nail gun does not. I wish they would quit that in these movies.
Yeah,
Nail
Hollywood
guns
needs to
don't
realize a
work
nail
like
gun
that.
does not work like an actual gun. It has to be
There,
pressed up against something.
yeah, there are
Clearly, no one
safeties.
in Hollywood has ever used one before.
That's exactly what it is. And that Lord, the nail gun to nail size was completely
Oh,
wrong too.
yeah. Those big
Those
ass nails would have
nails,
never fit in that nail gun they used.
and they shoot like 2 inches through the butcher block cutting board he's using as a shield. They're
Which I'm
like,
surprised they
no.
didn't aim for his fingers when he's holding that cutting board just to really wreck his world.
Well, I'll give them this though. There were 3 of them operating the thing, so
That's
aiming
true.
was not their
They were
forte.
just they're doing tiny ash, just trying to,
That
hit the big
that's
target.
it. Yeah, it's like, what is that? Gulliver's Travels is what that's based off of, where the
Yeah.
little people tie down the big dude. But yeah, so he's like fighting these things off with a shotgun. He blows up the lantern behind him, and you get like this war movie
Yeah,
explosion,
you
and
get
they're like,
Saving Private Gingerbread Man, where like they are on fire and they're screaming like no, you know.
they're like missing a leg. And it's
Yeah.
like it reminds me of the gingerbread guy off Shrek 2 when they got him and Mongo. They were attacking the castle. So I was
Yes.
like, I'm loving the gingerbread men in
And
this.
then you get the dog who ends up being the hero because one of the
I love
gingerbread
the
men has a
dog.
sharp ass candy cane that goes to stab the uncle in like the face, and then he just gets chomped up by the dog.
The Rosie's probably like my third favorite character.
Oh,
You know
she's
what
amazing.
Rosie's actual name is?
No,
Thor.
Thor, awesome.
Thor. The dog's name is Thor, and it munches down. It's like one of its 2 hero moments in this movie because they send it through the ductwork like John McClane later on to
To go
attack
get
one of
the
the
Jack in the
creatures.
Box. Yeah, my dog Beefcake would not be a hero whatsoever. He would just
I've
be
met
rolling
Beefcake.
around or going around in a circle at the gingerbread man. He wouldn't actually attack him. My dog's an idiot.
He'd sniff it, and they would
Yeah.
eat him. So while all this is going on, we've also got the 3 that went up into the attic to find the girls. And this is when the goodness happens in this movie. This is where the special effects come into play. They're
Yeah, this
all
is where
practical
Weta
effects.
really went all out on their practical
Oh my
effects.
god. So they go upstairs, and that's where we find out like all these gifts that were delivered unknowingly, they all burst out of. So there's like a Jack in the Box like package. There's another like 2 or 3 packages floating around, and
If they
because
would have
they
looked at the
also
return to sender address that just said
yeah,
hell, they probably would have
and
been
they're
like, oh, maybe we don't open these.
exactly. There was even like a cookie tin, so you're like, oh, that's where the gingerbread men were
Came
hiding
from.
out. They
Yeah.
were inside there. So they go up and they they get to meet the first nasty gruesome that we get to see in this movie, and it's the Jack in the Box
Oh, he's this
eating one of the girls.
giant snake, and he's got like just the legs are what's left, and he just gulps
Yeah.
it up. His jaw completely unhinges, and then like you see the body inside of like the kid's body inside the jack o' lantern. So
Yeah.
from there,
This
it's just like a snake. When after it eats a mouse, you still can
yeah.
see the lump of the mouse inside the snake. Um, and it's got that creepy ass marionette
I hate
face
that
paint, that
face.
clown.
Oh, I hate it. But now picture this: when we say Jack in the Box, you're like, well, who's scared of a Jack in the Box? Okay, this thing's like human sized. It's like a dude in the suit, and it is eating a like 14-year-old girl.
Yeah,
So this thing is not
with multiple
small.
layers of teeth.
Oh, rows of teeth, slime and
Yeah,
goo, and everything coming off its mouth. And so they're trying to fight that. Out of nowhere, this teddy bear from hell comes running behind them, and it's got these razor sharp teeth and claws
yeah.
and
I
chomp
need
down on the
Build a
ant's
Bear
arm.
to make this bear a reality because that's the Build a Bear that I want. Is this
That
evil demented bear?
I think you just need to make your own store. Like, do the
Yeah,
alternative Build a Bear where you do all the messed up looking scary
You
characters
do
from
all
movies.
the alternative culture creatures.
Yeah. So it's Alta Bear, and you just
Yeah.
go and you make these
And you
weird, like, Christmas bear presents.
and then on top of that, you also get its angel porcelain doll
Oh,
that
no, hold on. Wait a minute now. Wait, is she yeah, she's next. That's right. I was getting ready to say, I don't wanna talk about her yet. That one
oh, you
terrifies
just don't
me.
wanna talk about her in general, but we have to.
I hate this one with a passion, but go ahead. You're
I
right.
get
It's
it
next.
because like, it's this creepy porcelain doll with angel wings that's kinda hanging out in the rafters, and
Like
it
a
comes down
bird.
and just starts biting the mom, and, like, my grandma had a room just filled with porcelain dolls, and I hate those things so much. They are so damn creepy looking, and I don't understand the appeal to them at all.
Dude, the way they filmed this whole segment is it's the scariest thing in the movie for me. It's just it's almost like an Evil Deadish kind of feel to it. Like when the doll turns its head, like all of a sudden its eyes get as wide as anything you've
And
seen.
it's got, like, a carving in its forehead too. It's a symbol I
Yeah,
don't recognize,
it
but
is
it's gotta be something.
so weird looking, and it's like you don't have time to process what you're looking at before it dive bombs the mom. And
Yeah.
it's screaming maniacally the whole time, like, "Ah!" I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, so they
So
got this happening, they're trying to shoot at the Jack in the Box, they got the evil bear biting you. Like, this whole attic, if anyone's ever been in an attic, there's not much room to fight
no,
in the
there's not a
beginning.
lot of room.
So you
This
have
ain't
this
like Witch
pure
House
chaos.
Attic.
Yeah.
But we now get what I think is one of my favorite creatures is Stabby McRobot.
Yes.
And so this robot comes up behind the dad and has like this like chainsaw looking knife thing attached to its arm and just starts
Yeah,
right
right
into
into his
his
back.
back.
And,
And
like,
us go ahead. No, go ahead.
these toys all of them remind me of Sid from Toy Story. Like, if he was an
Oh
adult
yeah.
and kept making toys, this is what he would make.
Well, see, I this one in particular, and I guess even the angel, I had throwbacks to like Puppet Master this whole time. You know, just like I could see that robot one being like in a more modern setting for Puppet Master,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
him and Blade and Torch running around causing a muck, and this little like he looks like a little mini robot from the Judge Dredd movie. You know, so
Yeah.
I think that's probably why I liked him so much. And while that's happening, stupid angel still attacking the mom, and she's like right in her face, and this tendril thin tongue comes
Ugh.
flying out of her mouth, and then they cut to a shot where the mom's head is sideways and the tongue is going in her flipping ear. I
Ugh.
hated it. I hated it. I
It's
hated
terrible.
it.
We
I hated
do
it.
need to stop talking about all of our fears on our podcast
Dude.
because eventually someone's gonna like lure me into a cornfield at night surrounded by spiders. You're gonna be in a cornfield but with clowns, and
Okay, no,
like
look, no, no.
we're
I'm
just
putting
done
this
for.
out. I'm putting this out right now. If someone ever got the bright ass idea to go, you know what would be funny? Let's hire a clown to mess with Charlie. You better have him sign a waiver. You better make sure he's got insurance because I'm messing the dude up.
Charlie's
I
throwing hands.
don't. I'm throwing hands, feet, car. I don't care what I have. I'm messing this clown up. And you know, it's gonna be like, he's just doing this as a favor. He goes and sees kids at the cancer ward on the weekend. Well, I say he's gonna have a bed next to him by the time I'm done.
I'm gonna have to let Jackie know we gotta cancel that Christmas gift idea we had
Yep.
planned for you.
Yep. I would. Or I will stake you in a cornfield. That's exactly what I'll do. Charlie don't mess with clowns. I am not down with clowns. If
Clown's getting
anything,
impaled by a corn stalk.
it I'm not down with clowns, but I will say down with clowns.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm down with clowns,
yeah.
so but in the
Hashtag
other way.
down with clowns. Clowns down. I don't care whatever iteration hashtag theme you want to get started. I'm messing up a clown
We'll
if
get
they
it
get too
trending
close.
once this episode comes out.
It's like
Hashtag
those
down with the
ones
clown.
that everyone
It could
kept
go either way.
everyone kept seeing them and talking about all these like spottings of clowns all over the nation, and I'm like, I bet I will run my car into one of them.
See,
You
every
you're
year
gonna
we
mess
throw a
up.
clown party, and when
No,
that year happened, we
no.
actually had to let the local police know, like, "Hey, this is a thing we do every year, like, don't worry about it."
Maybe
We're
maybe
not part
don't
of
have the
those
party.
guys.
That's not a kind of party you should be having. No. No, 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 no. Okay, I'm done talking about clowns. I think it's time. Now we've talked about the little minions, and we've briefly spoke about him, but let's talk about our big bad, our Krampus, and
Yes. This
how they.
towering,
Oh
menacing,
my gosh,
fierce, demonic creature that is in this movie that they have really given a modern update to Krampus.
I
Because if you
love
look at
everything.
the old
Love it.
postcards of him, he's definitely scrawny. He's still tall, but he's
Yeah,
not like overbearing presence
he
like he is in
it.
this movie.
It reminds me of like a werewolf type picture, but with like hooves. You know, he's real thin, like So you're thinking like the werewolf from like the Looney Tunes. Real thin kind of dude. Um, but this one, he is hulking. He is huge, but can move.
Yeah,
Man, they
definitely.
did him right in this.
And like the way they filmed this was brilliant too. The first time that Max, the little boy, sees Krampus was like the first time they actually did filming
Yeah.
for Max. So like his reaction of seeing Krampus was real. That was him on the first day of set of seeing this giant ass creepy Krampus.
Oh,
So you
that's
get that like
brilliant.
legit fear shot from his
Yeah.
face.
So not only is this thing like huge and menacing, what they did with this one is you don't really see his real face. He's wearing a mask of Santa Claus, but it's distorted and
It's like
straight.
dripping.
It's almost like skin,
Yeah.
but you can see through the eye holes that they are recessed and there's goat eyes behind it. And then he has, like, the mouth that opens with all the teeth, and he's got a long ass tongue,
Yeah, he's got
like
like the
that
snake
stupid
tongue.
angel. I don't
Yeah,
like that
which
angel.
obviously the
Quit
angel got
talking about
from him.
stop it. I don't like the angel. But I mean, this thing, and then you never see his real face. They keep referencing him as, like, the shadow of Santa Claus in this, and I love that.
Yeah,
It's
because
like you
he
got the
has like the
holly jolly
big
and the opposite.
robe over him as well, like draped over him. Um, his
Yeah, and
horns have got to be what 3 feet each.
easily. They
Yeah,
do that curl
yeah,
back.
they do a nice ram curl.
I mean, it's definitely goat-esque. So, they took a lot of the older folklore stuff that, you would see, like the wood carving art that they would have. Because you always had that picture of like the Krampus that had like the bundle of sticks,
Yeah, he's
and
got like
then
his basket that he's thrown the child in, his bundle of sticks
yeah,
that he like whacks you with.
because that's what Christmas was back in the day. That was, if you don't behave, you're going to get carted off to hell. you know,
Yeah,
and I think you were telling me earlier that it's possible that even Krampus predates Saint
yeah. There's a
Nicholas a
really
little bit.
big chance that like Krampus was actually the first thing to happen, and then eventually they're like, we need a good version, so we
Well,
need a Santa Claus.
to me, that
So
makes more sense. Like, instead of terrifying the kids, let's just say if you're good, you get
you get
presents,
something
not
because
carried off to hell.
to me, like the way that humans were back in the day, the river monster, there was no river monster. It was just, hey, kids, don't go over by the river because we don't want you to drown. But we'll
Yeah.
tell you there's a river monster that's going to snag you up and eat you. Hey,
Uh,
don't go in the woods because we don't want you to get lost in the middle of the night and never return home. This is just human survival. So instead, we're going to tell you that there's a giant woodland creature that will gobble you up. So
yeah.
don't go to the woods.
It's kind of like, the old sailors and stuff would go out and sail, but they wouldn't come back. So instead of saying don't go that way, it was, well, there's like an octopus down there that's going to eat you.
Yeah.
Don't go
There's
there. And
giant bird ladies that will sing to you and,
there's
make
there's
you feel real
mermaids
good
and
about yourself.
harpies.
Yeah. It says,
So
just don't go right. Go left next time.
we're professionals. You don't need to Google check us or fact check us on any of
No,
this.
this
We've
is all
done our homework.
100% accurate.
Yeah, we're just like the History Channel.
And you know what? You probably still shouldn't go to that lake because of that lake monster.
No, No, or the pollution that's been dumped in there. Either way,
Well,
it's
that's
bad.
Cleveland.
That's yeah, it is. God, Cleveland sucks. I'm sorry to anyone that lives in Cleveland that's
We're
listening.
sorry
But
to our Cleveland listeners. But hey, at least you're not Detroit.
also sorry to any of our Detroit listeners. We
At
love
least you're not
RoboCop.
Cleveland.
We're just stuck in a vicious cycle of Detroit to Cleveland.
That's all.
Orlando's down there going, whew,
Oh,
dodge that
yeah.
bullet.
Florida man's got himself like, oh, we're good.
Yeah, so that's what Krampus is. So I guess now we can kind of talk a little bit about as the movie wraps up. Max kind of has his showdown with Krampus. Krampus has pretty much taken out every member of the family
Yeah,
systematically.
and Krampus has got all of his like army gathered up, including his elves, which all have like
All the elves.
what do you want to say, like wooden mask almost?
Yeah, they all look like they're wearing like these carved masks.
Yeah.
There's no real. I get there's a take on that. There's no real face.
No.
Nothing, nowhere. I
So who
mean,
knows
even
what exactly, if these were once people or what exactly they were supposed to be,
right.
including his like reindeer, which all have these ram heads that look incredible, and
They look like miniaturized versions of the banthas from Star Wars.
yes,
Except these are like high-fiving and headbutting, and I'm sitting there like there needs to be a death metal band to this theme. Like they need to be dressed up like the elves and the giant horned goat yak dudes.
which would be
That
right up our alley.
I'd go to that concert, and they're all like dancing around a literal portal to hell
Yeah.
because they literally show where the ground opens up and it's this pit of fire in Max's big stand down with Krampus.
Yeah, because Max is like, I take it all back. Like, you keep your damn belt. I don't want it. Like,
Yeah.
I
So
just want my family back. I take everything back.
so now's the fun part. Now's the part where we need to decide what's the ending to this movie. I call it the Total Recall ending because it's so open ended. So I'm going to give you my interpretation of it, and
Yeah, you
Nate,
go first.
you give me yours. So at the end of this movie, right at this point, Max tells the Krampus he's sorry he made the wish. He's sorry for everything, and Krampus throws him down into the pit of fire.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care.
Yeah, boom! Everyone's laughing. Well, instantly Max wakes up. It's the next day. It's Christmas Day. It's super bright out, but there's almost like this ethereal glow.
It's so
around
like
everything.
white and like almost heavenly looking.
Yeah.
The way that
So
it's shot.
yeah, it's very dream-esque. So he goes downstairs. Everyone's like uber happy, like way more happy than what we were seeing at the beginning of the movie before anything started happening. They were a very dysfunctional family. So they're all sitting there, all being happy, and they start opening presents, and they hand Max a present, and he opens up the box lid, and there's the Krampus bell again. And when he pulls it out, everyone in the family stops and looks at him. And it's like they all have this pause of realization. And so my theory is because it doesn't, what it does is it pans out from there, and they're all inside of a snow globe that Krampus is putting on top of a shelf. So my interpretation of that is they all are now like having this realization, like maybe they all had the same dream. Like they're thinking to themselves until they realize, well, did we all just have the same experience at the same time?
Because what are the odds of us all dreaming at the same exact time, the same
Right.
nightmare?
Or what's the odds of all of us knowing what that bell represents? So you would think, okay, they all had this dream. So my interpretation of it is, Krampus is putting them on the shelf. Is he gave them a second chance, and he's now watching them. That whole, like he sees you when you're sleeping kind of shtick, because he's the reverse of Santa Claus. So maybe he's like literally watching you. But Nate, you have a different take on
Yeah,
that.
as I say, yours is much more optimistic than mine. Mine is they're just dead. Like they all died.
Dead.
They're
dead.
dead. Yeah, they ain't coming back. He put them in the snow globe, and now he's there to watch them relive their nightmare over and over again. So my theory is, they wake up, they have this Christmas morning, but it's going to repeat itself over and over again. It's going to Groundhog Day, essentially.
So they're just going to relive that. See, I think
Hellish nightmare.
But see, that's what throws me off. It's like, are they going to relive everything that led up to that? Or are they just going to relive that Christmas morning over and over?
They would relive all of that. Then they would think they get their Christmas, that nice moment, of maybe we did all make it, and it's like, nope, pull the rug
and
from
then it
underneath
just goes
them,
right,
and it's just
right
back into like the alarm goes off and all the power's out and the blizzard hit, and then like maybe there's like a sequel that would never be made that is of them on their 30th try. Like, okay, maybe this is how we get out of it.
That's
That they all
interesting.
start to become aware of it and just realizing there is no escaping this snow globe.
Well, and I can see why, and I can appreciate that the director doesn't give us a clear answer, and he never will. That's the
No, he
smart
already
way
said
to
he
do it.
won't.
Now, in my research, there is a graphic novel that takes off after this, and it does say that the happy ending is true, that Krampus gave them a second chance, but not all the family members adhered to what they learned. So some of them really do get killed off as the graphic
Oh, so that
novel
way
goes on.
Krampus can come back and then pick them off one
Yeah,
by one.
yeah, Krampus 2, the sequel.
That's okay, as long as we get more of that Jack in the Box, because that Jack in the Box needs more horror love.
That's
That thing
right,
is
but
just so creepy, and we need to see more of him
I'll
in
take the
memes.
Jack in the Box and everything except the angel. That one, because Aunt Dorothy blew it away with the shotgun and shot it right
Yeah.
into the wreath. So
And that's like our 2 ounces of blood in the entire Naughty Cut. Now, there is one thing that this movie also happened to do, which was unleashed to the horror community very, very low budget Krampus movie knockoffs.
I remember the Walmart Krampus movie when this was getting. They always come out before this gets a big release.
And they're all called Krampus. So
yeah,
they're
yeah.
banking on you buying the wrong one, which
Oh yeah.
you got A Christmas Horror Story, which features him, Mother Krampus 2, which I tried to get us to do for our Christmas special.
Yeah, he had a pretty good
Krampus
argument.
Origins. That way it tricks you into thinking that this is an origin story, like a prequel to this movie.
Whoa.
Krampus the Devil Returns. That's the unofficial sequel, you would think. Krampus Unleashed. Krampus the Reckoning. Krampus the Christmas Devil. Like,
those
if
all
you've
sound
got
like
a digital camera and a dude with a rubber suit, or someone that just knows a little bit, and I mean the basic bare bones of CGI, you're making a Krampus movie now.
All those titles just made me want to do a Krampus action movie where Krampus is actually an action hero and he's all buff, but
and
he's
in his bag is like he pulls it out and it's a pump action shotgun.
It's a pump action shotgun, and then all the little gingerbread dudes have Rambo bandanas strapped around them, and then
there's a moment where he dives and he fires 2 Uzis at once.
yeah.
Yep.
We just wrote another movie. James
Krampus,
Bobby,
his love dies.
Yeah,
It's like she dies in his hands.
James and Bobby, I hope you're listening. We're going to be writing this treatment.
The movie ends on a cliffhanger of him realizing that he needs to pull in some help, and he knocks on the North Pole. He goes up there because he needs his buddy that they haven't seen each other in 2,000 years.
The Krampus bells are little grenades. The gingerbread men have ammo belts, but it's gumdrops.
Yeah, and I want to see the little gingerbread men do like little tiny salutes.
They shoot like bow and arrows, Rambo style, but they're sharpened candy canes.
And they got icing to put together, like if their arm gets blown off or something like that.
Yep. What do you say? Trademark pending?
Yeah, trademark, patent pending, copyright.
No one steal this. No one steal this.
This is too good.
We don't care if you do. We don't know if we have the budget for this.
Yeah, we've already gone way over budget.
Because
this is being filmed on location. We going to the North Pole, baby.
Yep. We want real polar bears, and we're gonna even fly in penguins to confuse everyone where we actually filmed.
And these penguins are going to be exactly like the penguins from Batman Returns.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm sold. Can we get Michael Keaton?
I think we can.
I think we
I'm
can. We can.
Krampus.
I know we can get Bruce Willis.
We can easily get Bruce Willis in it, and
Bruce
he
Willis will
will.
do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he won't act like he's having fun, and he'll just be a wet napkin, but he'll
Well,
be there.
we'll go the machete route. So he'll get to be Santa at the end. So it just cuts to him real quick, and it's Bruce Willis in the Santa coat.
And then we don't get him for the sequel because he
No.
demands too much money.
Yeah. So we switch who the character is going to be, like in Machete, the Kills Again, and we change out the villain, and then how they're going to do Machete Goes into Space. Please, Robert Rodriguez, do that movie.
Yeah, yes, please, 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 please.
And they switch out Mel Gibson for Leonardo DiCaprio, and then at the bottom it's a disclaimer that says actor may change before movie releases or something like that. So, okay, we've now wrote a whole nother movie, so technically this is now a double feature.
Yep, you're welcome.
Well, Bubba, I think we've done the movie some justice here. I think let's do the Raining Blood. Let's talk about the body
Let's get
count
to
in
it.
this. It's Christmas, damn it. I'm playing the bells.
The bells are going to keep on coming throughout December.
That's it, man. That's my favorite drop right now. So, our Raining Blood body count has an asterisk. Everyone knows Charlie loves his asterisks when it comes to body counts. The official body count is 21. That's creeping up into some action movie level body
it was
counts.
way higher than I anticipated, but
They
then
also
you told me the asterisk. I was like, oh, shit.
well, okay, so there's two asterisks. The one asterisk is they count the gingerbread men and the teddy bear and everything that got blown away by the shotgun.
I guess
that-
they're real, so yes.
yeah, hey, goo came out of them, so they dead now. Aunt Dorothy saw to it. So yeah, with the entire family, a few, like there's the deliveryman that we saw froze to death in his car in the DHL vehicle. There are 21. Now, the second asterisk is if we believe my theory, no one dies. No one dies at all because everything got reset.
Yeah.
There was
so
there was
it's
no
up
blizzard.
to you on what this
Yeah.
body count. This
So
is a
either-
choose your own body count adventure.
It is. You know, speaking of which, my kids played that Undertaker Choose Your Own Adventure on Netflix.
I
the
got
other
like
day.
5 minutes into it. I was like, oh, I don't get to play as the Undertaker.
No, you're the
Your
New
New Day.
which I was having a blast doing. And so my kids don't watch wrestling, so they're just like, who are these old people running around? I'm sitting there going, oh, it's Paul Bearer. Oh,
Yeah.
it's Undertaker. And then I'm like naming off the New Day, and they're looking at me like, really, Dad? And I made them finish it because I wanted to see
because you want to see if you could get all 3 keys or whatever.
Yeah, we beat the Undertaker. Maybe
for you.
'cause he comes back at the end, but
Sequel.
so yeah, they're trying that whole choose your own adventure things now on streaming, and it was fun. If you're into wrestling, it was fun. So
The
and
Black
it's-
Mirror movie did a really good job of it.
I didn't do that one yet. I haven't
It's
watched that.
really good. I highly recommend doing it.
That's cool, man. That is cool. You want to rate this movie?
Yeah, I think it's your turn to go first.
Okay. Well, hold on. We got a player drop.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back. Whew.
Playing my bells.
Can
Not
we get a
giving up on my
Christmas
bells.
themed Jason now as well?
Ooh. Hey, no, we can't give them any more.
We
movie
can't
ideas.
give him too many
No
movie
more-
ideas. Too
no,
many
quit
movie
giving-
ideas. If
quit
not,
giving our
we'll
way
just-
our movie
we'll take our
ideas.
money.
Stop that. We're writing that. Let's see. Charlie's machete rating for Krampus, not the Naughty Cut. I'm just going to rate Krampus. It's an 8.5. There's nothing I don't like about this movie. An argument could be made for a 9 or higher had the Naughty Cut actually given me what I was anticipating, which would have been a darker theme, gore, and a bit more horror, while leaving everything else alone. I got to put that on there. I still want the dark comedy, but I want it darker, and I want to see some blood. I would have loved to seen like someone's arm get ripped off or lose some fingers in a certain movie me and Nate watched that you'll hear about later.
You will be.
Yep. Finger digit removal. But no, I highly recommend this movie. We've watched it every Christmas since we found the movie. It's an 8.5, 100%.
So what's funny is I'm going to echo you. My rating as well is an 8.5 machetes out of 10.
Echo.
No, I totally agree. I even put it in my notes that this will become a yearly watch now because this is the first time I've seen it in 3 years, and like I truly love this movie. Like I see it as an instant classic. I see it as something that we're going to be talking about 20 years from now.
I
It
agree.
has that spirit to it. It really does. The set designs are great. It feels like winter when watching this. Like I was getting my blankets out while watching it, like, oh, suddenly it's cold in here, and it really wasn't. But like, man, this movie is enjoyable. Adam Scott is hysterical. David Koechner's hysterical. It's funny to see Toni Collette in this movie before she did Hereditary. So like this is kind of like her first like horror movie. Not Adam Scott's first horror movie though. He was in Hellraiser 4.
He was in Hellraiser 4.
So Ben Wyatt and his love for calzones was in Hellraiser 4, which cracks me up so much.
I bought the 5. Is there 5? Yeah.
There's like a sixth one, isn't there?
I think there is, but I think this one I bought from Walmart was like the 5 movie combo pack. So I was like, I'm just going to watch all the Hellraisers. And I got to the part where it's Adam Scott, and I'm like, holy shit, that's young Adam Scott in a Hellraiser movie. Like one of his first.
Oh, I think it's like definitely one of his earlier films.
And
it's hysterical because he's like best friends with Paul Rudd, and one of Paul Rudd's early films was Halloween 6.
Yep.
So one day we'll do a deep dive into all these big time actors that are in lesser known films.
I think that would be fun because Dan and I ran into that on the Next of Kin episode where we found out that Ben Stiller was the young son to the mafia boss. So this was like way before his skyrocket into the being a comedian and stuff. He was in this just throwaway, action movie back in the 80s. I was like, that's kind of wild. And I wasn't expecting seeing him in it either. It's like I hadn't seen it since early 90s, and I was like, holy crap, it's Ben Stiller in an action movie. That's not Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
So I owe everyone an apology now. I have come to find out the last couple of episodes, I have not done any housekeeping for the show. I have not thanked anyone. I have not done anything but stopped the episode.
Oh, we're supposed to thank people. I thought that was just something that we were just, glazing over like a ham. Oh,
glazed ham. Love glazed ham. No,
you go first, and I'll go. Let's do that.
Well, we do. Well, we're gonna do some thank yous, and I promised Nate a Christmas present. So, as we do our closing outro here, see, Charlie is prepared, and I wanted you to be surprised. We want to do like what Dan does on the action show. Is we want to do our thank yous to everyone that's part of the podcast network, especially Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, Pete and everyone over there, Troy and Dave and Kathleen. We're going to say all your names. It's not just Pete. There's a whole crew. Sludge over at Monster Movie Stomp Down with Mark and Ruben as well. Everyone is part of this network. It's not just one person out of a show. Want to say thank you again to James and Bobby from over at Poster Smash for sitting in with me and Nate. And I'll say it here. Hopefully, we keep breaking this record, but it was our top downloaded episode of the year. Was our Witch House interview that they sat down with us.
Absolutely
And
incredible.
if you
We
haven't,
broke first day record, I think the week record.
yeah, and it keeps trickling in. So a huge thank you and shout out, and go check out their Instagram, Poster Smash. They are getting the creative juices flowing again, and we should start seeing some new smashes. We've sent a few ideas over to them, so we'll see what they come up with from our warped brains. Huge thank you to Mountain Empire Comics in Bristol, Tennessee, and Johnson City, Tennessee. Rob and Diane run those. We will be featured at their annual convention this year, RobCon. So you will definitely get to come out and see me and Sludge. We're maybe trying to work on getting everyone down there, kind of make it a nice little event to get the podcast group together in one spot. So if you're a local fan or if you want to travel, you can come on down to Tennessee and Virginia and say hey.
Get some
Nate,
moonshine on your travels.
Yeah. Nate, you got anyone you want to thank? Anything going on we may have glazed over the past couple episodes?
Thank you to any new listener, especially as this show continues to grow. I mean, we're still very young in the horror podcast world compared to the
young.
action one. Yes. So thank you for, sticking around. Thank you for checking out older episodes. Hopefully you're noticing that, we're still finding our voice. I want to thank the Magical Druid out here in Columbus for always throwing the Krampus walk each year here in Columbus. It's amazing. It truly is. It gives me goosebumps every year when we do it, because it's all about taking away the negative energy from the entire year and entering the new year with positive vibes. And I'm all about that positive mental attitude. So that is fantastic. I want to thank the Krampus Market. They always hold local vendors for artists and just anyone that's selling their shit. And it's all based around Krampus. Not the vendors themselves, but there are. But it's amazing. Always support local artists if you can. I definitely got some Christmas gifts from them. I'd rather do that than buy everything from Amazon if possible.
Yeah. Well, maybe
that's what I've got today.
Maybe we should reach out to them next year. Maybe help promote all this around there locally, and
we should.
Get
I've
involved.
got some others that I'll probably think that I have actually bought from, but I don't have their business cards in front of me, so
that's fine.
I will make sure that they get tagged in Instagram and all that fun stuff, because these people deserve shout outs for their hard work as well.
And one more before we forget, or two more, but it's the same thing. We're going to shout out to Chelsea Lowe and Creeporama. I do believe Nate's got a shirt coming here pretty soon.
I am. My From Beyond shirt, I think, shipped this week. And
yeah,
then
they got their big shipments in, so hopefully
I got my The Thing shirt that looks incredible.
I almost bought the blanket. They got those fleece blankets. And
they had a Dead Alive blanket that I was eyeballing very hard.
I was looking, but this time of year I allocate funds for other people other than myself. Even though I pre-ordered it, but I did get my Ed 209 the other day. So if you're in the group, y'all got to see my Ed 209 scale model that has a button you push and he talks. I love him so much.
That's glorious. I knew I should have pre-ordered that one.
Yep. I pre-ordered that thing 7 months ago, so it doesn't count for Christmas. Well, we have done our housekeeping. So the other thing I'll say is if you want to reach out to us, come over to the Facebook page, the Facebook group, Give Me Back My Action Movies, Facebook group, Give Me Back My Horror Movies. We now have Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling. We made our announcement on the Condemned episode. Jimmy and Dan will be starting that show here shortly.
Yeah, and check out Jimmy's other show, Live and in Color with Wolfie D, where Wolfie D talks to other pro wrestlers. I mean, he had Al Snow on there recently. Bushwhacker Luke. They're doing great. It's a fun show to listen to. I don't know much about wrestling these days, but it's definitely cool to see the insight of how this all works.
Yeah.
how these guys, train, what they're putting their bodies through, and just the business deals that go with it. Like, it's really cool.
And if you haven't checked it out, check out the last episode with us doing the Condemned where we had Jimmy on. We dig into that a little bit. We do get into some of the wrestling talk on that because we did, Stone Cold's the Condemned. So
Yeah, you get a real good sneak peek of what
Yeah.
he and Dan will be talking about.
And I really hope if you're listening to the horror, hopefully you sneak over and check out some action ones in there. And it looks like by the numbers people are, and we are super appreciative of it. We are also on Instagram, the same Give Me Back My Action Movies, Give Me Back My Horror Movies. I'm still trying to kick Nate in the ass to get on a couple of other social media sites.
One day I'll make the TikTok. You can
One
follow me on
day.
Instagram at Dr. Decky. Just pictures of
Yes.
my cats.
They're cute cats. They are.
They are.
I follow him on Instagram, so you should too. All right, Bubba. We are officially done with our Christmas episode. I love it. It's very Christmassy. I'm playing
It
them
is.
again. I
Merry
don't care.
Christmas, Happy Holidays. Celebrate whatever the hell you want to celebrate. I don't give a damn.
That's it, man. Well, why don't you get us out of here on a very Christmassy word?
Groovy.
Hail to the king, baby.
From the mountains, from the mountains.